All right, so I'm going to respond to this video, but I'm going to go through it segment by segment and just go through what she's saying and how I completely disagree with her.
I get this comment a lot that Mormons or people of the LDS faith are not Christian. If you actually look up the definition of what a Christian is, it is a follower of Jesus Christ, someone who implements his teachings into their life and they're trying their best to be a better person, someone who is changed, someone who is trying to be Christ-like.
All right, so she brings up this whole definitional thing about what does it mean to be a Christian. That's probably a very generic way of saying what is a Christian, but it's also coming from like a secular reasoning. Okay, if you're a Christian, that means you're a follower of Jesus Christ, you're trying to implement his teachings into your life. Sure, but the problem with that does not make you a Christian still, because you can be a nominal Christian. You can be a Christian who says they believe in Jesus Christ. You can go to church, it's very like cultural based in your life. But what the true definition of Christianity is somebody who has placed their trust in Jesus Christ, in his death and resurrection on behalf of them in full payment of their sins. All right, so let's continue here.
Scriptures, I pray, I do all the things that I know Jesus Christ would have done, and I try to implement them in my life.
Okay. So that part right there, she's trying everything she can do to be like Jesus Christ. She reads her scripture, she prays. That's great. That's things that a religious Christian would be doing. The part that she says right there, I know I'm doing everything that I know he would have done. See, that's the problem is she is doing everything she knows he would have done. I highly doubt that. You know why? I think I see a wedding band on her finger. I don't think Jesus would have gotten married. I think Jesus would have continued to practice celibacy. Then that's a side note. But I doubt she knows the mind of God to say that she does everything she knows Jesus would have done.
So when people are saying that I'm not Christian, that's hurtful because I am trying my hardest to be like Christ.
I'm sorry that it's hurtful that people say you are not Christian. Let's break that down real quick. Why would a Christian say that this woman who is trying to be more Christ-like and follow his teachings and do everything that she knows Jesus would do? Probably because our definitions of Christianity are completely different. For one, your Jesus, the Jesus you ascribe to, that you worship, comes from an 18th century proclaimed prophet named Joseph Smith, who produced the Book of Mormon, which has no basis in archaeological or linguistic evidence that's ever been found. There's no proof for it. That's the Jesus you base your religion off of. And that was also backed up in the 1990s by the current prophet then, Gordon B. Hinckley, who also said there are some Christians who say that we are not Christians because we don't hold to the biblical Christ. And he said there's some truth in what they say. He says, we hold to the Jesus that the 18th century Joseph Smith gave us.